Bonjour everyone, today's tutorial is about sewing a felling stitch. I start by folding my fabric twice. I did iron my fabric as well. I then use my pencil to mark at the edge of my hem, just as you see here. You can use a tailor's chalk or any marking tools that you prefer to use. Next, I use my ruler to connect these marks and create a straight line. I like to do that because it helps me to sew straight, so my stitches at the front can come out looking straight and neat. Next, I pin my hem in place before I start sewing. And I am ready to get started. I have my thimble and then I'm folding my fabric over, my position my fabric over my thimble that's on my finger. I'm ready to get started. My first stitch here is my starting stitch, and I am just gonna go over it a few times before I tie it. That first stitch is going to be visible at the front, and also it is on the line that I drew, and those are the stitches that will be visible at the front. On the folded part of my hem, I'm just catching stitches there. These stitches will not be showing at the front that I catch on the fold. So I go 1 millimeter or less behind the thread or the hole where the thread is coming from, and I catch a bit of the fabric like so. And then my next stitch is going to start where my first stitch ended, where the thread came out of. That's where I'm starting my next stitch on that line that I drew. So I bring my needle to where my first stitch ended, and then create a stitch there. And then I do the same thing, go 1 millimeter or less behind that hole and catch a bit of the fabric, and then go to where that last stitch ended and start the next stitch there. And the reason why I go a bit 1 millimeter or less behind the stitch is because I don't like to have too much of my thread showing at the back, so that's why I do that. And there are many different ways that people do felling stitch. I'm pretty sure there's one correct way to do it, but I don't even think I know that correct way of doing it. I've seen people do it different ways. Even I do different ways as well. If you have seen my stretch hem video, it is, in my opinion, that's a filling stitch as well, except that in the back, I did not catch just a bit of the fabric. I caught the same amount of the stitch that I created. So definitely check out that video if you have not seen it. But for this, I feel like this is more of it's closer to the correct way of doing a felling stitch. And so I'm just going to let you watch from here and stay tuned till the end because I do show you the difference between this and a whipping stitch or whip stitch. So stay tuned till the end.